Hello, we're going to do Chapter 3 today, which is on the FICA and the Social Security taxes. And remember, the FICA is made up of two parts: the OASDI part, which is also known as Social Security, and it's at 6.2% with a max of 118,500. So let's go ahead and put that in here into our worksheet so we have it for later. Okay, so this is the max that you pay Social Security. Now, this max applies to both the employee and the employer, as long as they're working for the same employer. Okay. Now, for this one, we're going to do the 21st pay period and the 24th pay period, because it asks for November 15th and December 31st. So the first one we're going to do is the November pay period. And the first thing we need to do, this is problem 5335B, in case you want to know. It's in your textbook. And we need to really find what our semi-monthly earnings are. So the easiest way of doing this is I always do the round function because your book doesn't like carrying more than 2 decimal places. So equal round divided by 24, 2, because we want to have 2 decimal places. And that gives you the $5,700. Now, you may have a blank worksheet or you can follow along in the textbook. But if we did that, and if we copy, this will be the same for down here, because the gross salaries won't change. Now for up here, this is the November 15th pay period. We're on the 21st pay period. So what we have here, we see who is over. So we have equal the 5,700 times 20, because that's how many they've had so far. And you see, notice we don't need the entire amount to fight the $5,700. So for Paul, only the taxable earnings for this one is only $4,500. Now we can check the other one real quick if you want to. We have equal the 5,000 times 20, and they're at 100,000, so they're over 18,000 away. She only makes 5,000. So this one, the entire amount would be taxable, and then we can just simply copy this down like so. Okay. Now, to calculate the tax, then, since we have the taxable earnings, we would take the 4,500 times 0.062, and that gives you the 279, and then you copy that down, and that'll be the rest of it. Everybody else. Take all those numbers times 6.2%. Now, for the HI part, or the Medicare, there's no cap on that one, so that's the entire 5,700 times 0.0145. Sorry, I did it again. This is equal the entire 5,700. This is the taxable earnings, not the tax. Okay, so we just copy that down. This one would be equal, do the round function, 5,700 times 0.0145, comma 2 for 2 decimal places, and that gives you 8265. And then you copy that down, and that's the tax. So this is the calculation for the FICA, and this is for the high, the 21st pay period. Now down here we do the 24th pay period. Okay, so this will be 0, which I already have in here, because remember, Paul went over on the 21st pay period, so they're not going to make tax here. Now we look at Donna. Okay, so we take Donna here, equal the 5,000 times 23, because we're on the 24th pay period, so one's less. And then we take equal 118 minus 115. So the taxable earnings for this one would equal to the 3,500. And you can tell she's just barely over, so no one else would actually be there. So this is equal to the 3,200, and then what we can do is just simply copy this over again. Okay. Now this one we know is going to be 0, because 0 times 0 is 0, right? So equal round 3,500 times 0.062, comma 2. That gives you $217, and you copy this down, and that's the tax for the rest of it. Okay, now again, HI does not have a limit, so it's the entire 5,700 So you'd copy that down, and actually the tax is going to be just like it was from up above. Equal round the 5,700 times 0.0145, comma 2, enter 8265. So these taxes should be identical as the ones up above. Okay, that is problem 3.5b. And again, remember, you calculate how much they've earned up to the period prior, and then subtract them to see if they've made that much. Now, if this came up to, if this one came like this one here, it comes up to 18,000, but Donna only makes 5,000 every, so the entire 5,000, you don't tax her on the 18,500. Okay. Then we'll go to 3.8b, which is the other problem we have. This is for self-employment. And if a person's self-employed. This is George, was paid $74,700. Okay, so I put $74,700 up there. That's what he said. And his self-employment income was another $50,000 for a total of $124,700. Okay, so that's George's total income for the year. So he's over for the year. Now, the rule is he's self-employed, so what he makes, what the company withholds, the company has to do the $74,700. So for the company, it's equal to the $74,700 times 0.062. So they're going to withhold, or yeah, $46,3140. And for the HI, it'll be the $74,700 times 0.0145, which would be $183.15. So in case you want to see that over here, I put it in here. It's 74,700 times 0.062, and this is for the OASDI. And for this amount here, it'll be the 74,700 times 0.0145, and that's for the HI. And then this is just simply the two added together. Okay. Now, for the self-employment tax. Well, again, remember the max is $118,500, and they've withheld $74,700. So the difference is what George has to pay on for the OASDI portion of the tax, or $43,800. So for the OASDI, we have equal $43,800 times 0.062, or no, sorry, times 0.124, because he has to pay both halves of it. Remember, he's got to pay both parts. And then this part will equal to, now there's no max on this one, so this is the entire 50,000 times 0.029, or 1450. Okay. For a total of, and so down here, I have his total tax then would be this cell plus the 6,800, or $12,595.75. Okay, so what you have on this one is that he has to pay both halves. Down here, he pays 12.4%, but he's only taxed on the amount below, well, the amount between what he made at his regular job and his self-employment job. So that's how you calculate that. So it's only the $43,800 would be taxable for the OASDI, but the entire $50,000 would be taxable for the HI portion. Okay, and that is those two problems, and I'll probably do 13 on the next one.